afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 versus 1 in the fields of Angoville. So welcome one, welcome all for today's Propagandacast, or to today's Propagandacast, I suppose would be more the correct approach. Oh, actually should have clicked that. We shall be watching AlCOHolic fighting for the Wehrmacht. Fighting for, oh, I don't know, the 2nd Panzer Division. Opposing them shall be S73vo. We'll just call him S. Going to be much easier. Fighting for the Americans, taking on the fight for the 2nd Armoured Division. So, standard start by the looks of it from both players. 2 engineers, 2 pioneers. Oh, never mind actually. We're seeing AlCOHolic going for a 3 pioneer start. And that's pretty unusual because, I mean, whereas the Americans can sort of get away with trading a bit more, you know, time for such. I mean, the Wehrmacht can't really. They will need some more infantry early on, sort of, you know, really take on the parity with the Americans, because again, they will need a bit more numbers. So this is actually could get dangerous for AlCOHolic. Obviously, he has some sort of plan with it, but I mean, initially, I would not say this is good. We'll, of course, see how this one works. Right from on the way. Something is also on the way from the Wehrmacht quarters, spreading out, taking fuel right next to the base. Americans doing the same. There you go, Rifle squad out. At the same time, we do see a bike out first. So AlCOHolic is initially hoping perhaps to harass his opponent a bit, delay him a bit, keep him up, keep him back and such. Of course, have to see how that one works out. Rifleman engaging the bike. The bike doesn't actually seem to be trying to harass the Rifleman. And there we go, engaging the engineers instead, opening up, quickly pulling away. What is AlCOHolic trying to do? What is he up to? Another Rifleman squad on the way for S. Bike sort of pulling up again, a bit of harassment, perhaps trying to keep the fuel away from the Americans. Heading up the right-hand side. Bike getting hunted down, engineers running a bit around. Going for the cutoff point over there, which of course is completely undefended because currently AlCOHolic has nothing to really defend. There we go. Bike and pioneers engaging the engineers in a full-out assault. There we go. The engineers are pushed away. Nothing unusual there as such. But again, the start of AlCOHolic is rather making it difficult for him to hold any of the territory he has. In fact, this is a bit more, well, risky, but obviously, I mean, he's focusing most of his pioneers and forces over here, so this is more likely a decoy capping, if you will, whereas the main push will be towards the west, where he intends to hold most of his territory, actually.
This is Able Company territory now.
No further units on the way from him. Pioneers running up here with the engineers. Bike might move over to support. MG pulling up slowly, supported by pioneers, though has to be careful. There's not really much ensuring that they're not going to be running into riflemen. Right hand side looks pretty much a lost cause for the moment. 3rd squad rifleman on the way.
We're losing ground out there.
Going for the cutoff. Rifleman moving in. Bike spotting them, opening up. Should be careful though, should be careful. Could end up taking a lot of damage, and the bike is not very tough. MG's moving over there, but at the same time engineers moving up in the west flank. MG setting up behind a fence and opening up on the rifles, suppressing them. Jolly good, jolly good. At the same time, the engineers are pushed away with no casualties, but they are quite beaten up. Non-rifleman squad arrives to try and apply some more pressure on the western compartment. This one, though, is largely lost. No interest in the high munitions right there. Sniper now out for AlCOHolic. Pioneers laying down a mine there. Only support units, in fact, so far for AlCOHolic. No actual infantry as of yet. Definitely dangerous play by him. And he's obviously trying to mitigate this with some mines, but even then, I mean, this is all a thing where a good flank could really do him some terrible, terrible harm.
Time to kill some crowd.
And already, I mean, he's on the back foot. There we go. The sniper gets off a shot, kills some poor bastard. Of course, all alerts us to a sniper's presence. Rifleman continuing to sneak about, spotting more mines, and of course, I mean, this will of course alert us to the fact that AlCOHolic is laying down mines. He's noted him laying down several, so obviously, I mean, And there we go, in fact, getting Minesweepers. S knows what's going on. He's, of course, not just going to be running into mines aimlessly. which of course is a nice response. Browning automatics, might be expected from infantry, but even then, of course, it could, of course, reinforce further a good flank for him, of course, meaning, of course, he could cut down a sniper on the retreat, he could cut down an MG on retreat, he could cut down, in fact, a lot on retreat with Browning automatics. But at the same time, in this sort of advantage, you could probably just try and go for a motor pool and just, you know, push on against a much more static player. Krieg barracks actually going up, so AlCOHolic is rushing straight for that. I imagine he's going to use it for grenadiers, that way getting some infantry out, but at the same time, I mean, he's a bit, you know, limited, and certainly giving S73vo quite a bit of opportunity to do a lot of things. And there we go, pushing in. And there we go, he actually forgot about the mine then. The riflemen down there take an absolute beating. Less than half health, heavily wounded, not going to be much use in combat. Pioneers though taking damage as they're retreating. Down to one man right there. Sniper continues to open up. Pioneer squad could go down, and they are down. Terrible, terrible. Back could also be lost. MG doing what I can, but getting out maneuver, getting out flank. Pioneers suffering bravely. Another Pioneer squad could go down. Could go down. There we go, 2 Pioneer squads down, bike down, the MG's on the retreat as well, and the sniper is caught behind enemy lines, he cannot retreat. Well, he's going to get cut down, so for now, the trick for AlCOHolic is trying to sort of sneak him away to avoid getting murdered and strung up in the nearest tree. It was usually what happens to snipers if they were caught behind enemy lines. They were generally not treated very nicely. Of course, the Americans had a tendency of figuring any German caught behind enemy lines with a rifle was a sniper, which of course meant in some cases they report, oh, we got a ton of snipers. Yes, which, never mind, they might not actually have been snipers, but just some poor bastard who was fighting for his life. And it is that are pushing in. Bit more stoic. German infantry now arriving for the 2nd Panzer Division. Pushing away the riflemen, doing some damage. Another Pioneer squad goes down for AlCOHolic. He's just lost every single Pioneer he has. Sniper gets off a nice kill on the rifleman, but at the same time he alerts the Americans to his position. The riflemen moving in, more moving in as well. Grenadiers are arriving to try and assist, and there we go, the sniper retreats. The Grenadiers try to provide covering fire. Will they succeed? But already their position is getting flanked. MG there to provide supporting fire. Another Grenadier squad arrives. Currently, though, AlCOHolic is boxed in. Doesn't really have a lot he can do. He needs to really break out, and he needs to do so successfully. But so far, S does seem to have neglected actually mining the area, which could make it much, much easier for AlCOHolic. And we're seeing fresh Pioneers coming out.
We're losing ground out there.
Points are being taken gloriously. MG watching. Rather moving up there. Never mind. They won't be getting. Never mind. I was wrong. MG42 stops them more or less. And there we go. Suppressed. 3 riflemen going to be facing off against 4 Grenadiers at full health. That is definitely going to be working out for the riflemen. And there we go. Response is actually a weapon support, and he's probably going to try and get a counter sniper to deal with the German sniper. At the same time, of course, the Browning automatic riflemen are going to be able to hold back the Grenadiers somewhat nicely.
Our supply lines are
but definitely not a usual sort of strategy we're seeing right here from the Wehrmacht. Not one I've really seen as such. We'll basically get a few support units, then go straight for Grenadiers and get quite a few of them. And there we go. 3rd Grenadiers, no. Not 3rd Grenadier squad yet. Rather than advancing up, they're getting the Grenadiers out in the open, of course. I mean, AlCOHolic could have laid down some sandbags here to protect the Grenadiers while they were taking the point and also allowed them to continue fighting there. Sadly, he did not do that. And there we go. Nice flank going in there. Rifle and flame for engineers, though, coming immediately under fire. Actually, someone got suppressed right there, and the engineer squad went down to sniper and grenadier fire. Now there's only the riflemen left of the assault. Another grenadier squad arrives. There we go. 3 squads of grenadiers. Riflemen are taking an absolute beating, and one part of the assault is bogging down. They do manage to flank with another squad, but at the same time, again, heavy casualties, sniper fire, grenadier fire, and looks like the entire assault pretty much went tits up, and it had to be pulled back without really causing any damage to the Germans. In fact, losing an entire engineer squad in the process with a flamethrower. So that was definitely not quite working out there. I'm pretty sure AlCOHolic is not complaining. And of course, I mean, he couldn't actually. Never mind. Let's go look at AlCOHolic with the 2nd Panzer Division, who's actually chosen a doctrine, chosen terror. Pack on the way the Panzer Abwehrkanone, which stands for tank defense gun, actually, not anti-anything. Pioneers moving about, spotting mines. Grenadiers going for the cutoff there, securing the left-hand side. Again, heavy focus from AlCOHolic on the left-hand side. Not so fond of this one with the riflemen and such could easily close in. Mines spotted, mines cleared. And there we go, sniper out for S and the 2nd Armoured. Rifle moving up on the right-hand side, moving up on the left. He's certainly trying to sort of pull off some flanks, which is good. Grenadiers are coming under fire. No veterans here, no medic bunkers though for AlCOHolic either. Could benefit him though, definitely veterans in the most at the moment. Pack arriving. Grenadier squad again caught here. Again, he doesn't seem to be quite fond of laying down sandbags, which I think is a bit of a shame.
Losing a sector.
Sniper on the move, on the prowl. He's hoping for the German sniper to reveal himself and thus get off a counter snipe. And the Grenadiers are pushing up here, quite the force. And there we go, fires, but he actually misses and reveals himself. The fighting though here continues, the engineers pushed away. Just 2 rifleman squads already depleted, fighting against the Grenadiers, pushing some of them away. And there we go, grenade. Doing damage, sending others flying through the air before finally forcing them to retreat. S is doing the best he can to keep the German player contained, but he's not quite having full luck with that at the moment. Assault phase up. He might go straight on to the Panzer Command, or he might just stay with the Sturm Armory. We of course have to see that one out. Troops reinforcing. A bike actually coming out, probably to try and help catch the Yankee sniper. Again, they're pushing up here to try and protect the cut-off point. He wants those munitions, which of course is quite reasonable since they are high munitions. Rifleman down. Bike moving up behind it all. Rifleman advancing. And getting suppressed. Nicely placed MG42 there. And we do finally again see an effort from AlCOHolic to move up the right hand side to do a bit of harassment there. That's good actually. Rifleman getting pinned up, and I have no idea why S is actually trying to assault down the lane with the MG42. He should be careful, although there we go. MG gunner down. And there we go, the MG42's actually run off. Sniper up gets one grenadier going in there, perhaps hoping to catch the German sniper, hoping to find him. Bike patrolling about. And the grenadiers are actually going to get caught in a crossfire. This is not good. Grenade that goes off on the rifleman. Steel granate. Kills pretty much no one. Get the Grenadiers out there. AlCOHolic, they're not in a good condition. And of course, he's probably gone for seals. So, I mean, with 2 men left, I mean, they're going to be somewhat tougher to kill off than a Grenadier squad of full men. But there we go. Point being taken. Rifleman advancing up there. No Kampfkraft Center yet, though, for AlCOHolic. His pack's not really seeing much usage either. He's going to get pushed back. Again, a medic bunker could also have benefited him. German sniper firing out a few parting shots, hoping to catch any Yankees. Response is actually a tank depot now from S. That's definitely going to work out nicely. At the same time, Sturm Armory is going up.
The enemy is in our territory.
Point being taken. Troops getting shot. Rifleman pushed away. Coming under fire from the MG42 very soon if they're not out of its arc of fire. Bit quiet though. And again, they're actually doing quite nicely on the right hand side, actually forcing now S to actually sort of really, pick off some troops to contain the harassment there. Of course, they're going to be Grenadiers nearby, so that's definitely going to be a bit more of a larger task. We're actually seeing a snow, never mind, not a second pack. But Sturm Armory is up. Riflemen managed to push away the Pioneers, but the fuel has still been lost there, but they have regained the one in the west. Of course, I mean, the same way, the way he's actually keeping the bike near the sniper, of course, is also going to serve as a warning to S, because you can always say, well, there's a bike nearby. Well, that probably means his sniper's also nearby, which can actually be used a bit clever. Mines going down, which actually means, and considering the clumping up of the rifleman right there, means he's actually gone infantry. Rifleman here, though, taking a beating. Grenadiers advancing. Rifleman caught out in the middle of the open, coming under heavy fire from almost every side except their own. And the sniper is quick to pull away. And then we go Riflemen and Grenadiers engaging out in the open. Grenadiers are advancing into the BARs. That's perhaps not the brightest of ideas. Hey, Helmut. Fighting continues. Grenadiers actually seem to be winning against the Riflemen actually quite nicely there. Armoured car on the way. Panzer Division. At the same time, that was Sherman is out for S. The M4 Sherman. A bit of quiet. Sherman moving towards the right hand side. Nice move. That's definitely going to counter any crap movements on the right hand side. Stug second, of course. AlCOHolic probably thinking he's going to be facing off against some sort of armor, and he's quite right. There we go, rolling forwards. Grenadiers though finished rendering the point neutral and then taking it. Same thing largely happening over in the west. And there we go, Sherman rolls forward, machine guns blazing, and a high explosive shell flies out and misses the target brilliantly. There we go, armored car moving about, having a bit of trouble maneuvering for all the craters. Grenadiers getting pushed back, full assault from S. Sherman moving over as well. And spotting the bike. Moves into a mine previously laid by AlCOHolic. And the bike actually survives a direct hit from the Sherman. It's super bike. At least a bike made of Kruppstahl. Sturmgeschützwehr ready. Troops right there taking quite a thrashing. Pack actually nowhere near to help at the front line. That's a bit of a shame. Bike? No, the bike will go down to the riflemen. The BARs penetrate the very thin armor. If it can be called armor. And there we go, Stug moving out. Intent on hunting down a Sherman and finishing it off. He's actually now quite managed to gain half of the map. That's quite nice, though he's again not really diverting any sort of real resources towards the right hand side. Not even the armored car to deal with any harassment. Right there. Second Sturmgeschütz on the way for AlCOHolic. No veterancy for any of his units as of yet. Grenadiers awfully close to an American mine. Sherman provides nice fire support right there, getting one of the Krauts. Gets another one. And then they proceed to run into the mine down to one man with extremely little health left. Sherman tries to get a bit bold, but perhaps remembers itself and pulls away. Grenades up for S. Sadly, though, AlCOHolic is on it and already moves. But the Grenadiers actually taking a bit of beating over there now. They are both in light cover. Grenade in return, and S actually doesn't see this. Losing quite a few riflemen in the process. Fighting continues over here. Sherman taking quite a beating from the assault gun and the pack. Sticky bomb on return. And artillery going in there. Quite a bit of munitions expended in a few seconds. Stug almost down. That's pretty close. Pack, though, on the other hand, managed to escape the wrath of United States artillery arm. Pioneers moving up to quickly put this Stug functional again. Mine's going down there.
Ready to close with the enemy.
Grenadiers going to be in dire need of reinforcement. Rifleman coming a bit under fire there from the armoured car. Stug going to get pushed away. Doing quite a bit of damage to the rifle. Not really the best assault there by S. I mean, pulling up a single squad on its own through everything. There should have been more squads in it. Perhaps the Sherman as well. And that's indeed a dire reinforcement. So overall, not really the best pulled off assault there. A bit pointless. Stug, though, actually hits a previously laid down mine, which apparently has not been set off despite being in the pretty much in the middle of the road. Impressive. Impressive. Let's go look at S again. Who has gone infantry? He has some artillery. He's fighting to hold most of the map. No additional Shermans on the way as of yet. 4 rifleman squads. Supply upgrades could be considered. Bit of harassment up there, left-hand side. Sherman pushing away the grenadiers. And the armoured car hits the mine over there previously laid by S, actually. Taking quite a bit of damage. Sherman could try and roll over there and actually knock it out. But assault pushing in there. Sniper with 18 kills. 18 Americans on his conscience. Rifleman hit a mine. Really a lot of mines going off here. From both sides. Well, there's certainly some indications that the Germans aren't really good at clearing out the mines, because several of them have been in the middle of their territory. Clearly, someone has to answer for this. Rather than moving up, coming out. Oh, nice hit from the assault gun. Knocks out 2 riflemen. High explosive round. Tears their guts out. And the riflemen are going to move in and see if they can't get it. No, they're calling in artillery on the Krieg barracks. He's actually got a ton of munitions. Sticky bomb on the armoured car. Artillery on the Krieg barracks. And the armoured car goes down. Crikey. And the Krieg barracks close to going down itself. And it does. An absolutely vicious raid from S. Just knocks out an armoured car and the Krieg barracks. That's definitely going to mean no more grenadiers until he rebuilds it, and no more packs for that matter either. Although, of course, he does have assault guns now. Second Sherman rolls out for S, and the second armoured. Rifleman flanking about here. Grenadiers moving in. Sniper nearby. Stug trying to... Oh, crushes several engineers. Quite nicely. Sticky bomb, though, goes off. And Pioneers is just looking at what's happening. Sniper misses. Rifleman hits another mine from the... No, that's the rifleman hitting mine from the Germans. Grenadiers still moving in. Veterans 1 finally up. Nothing for the armor as of yet. Looking quite dangerous. And the Grenadiers here taking a bit of damage. Pack, though, still functional. Still fighting for the fatherland. Sherman moving about on its own. Should be careful. Should be careful. And there we go. Under fire from the Pack and the Stug. Shots ringing off the armor without penetrating, and the Sherman pulls away. Both are going to need some repairs, and he would also consider upgunning them, in which case he's definitely going to be holding a better chance against the assault guns. Another armoured car rolls out from the 2nd Panzer Division. A bit of quiet at the moment, and there we go. He's actually upgunning the Shermans, getting them a 76mm higher velocity gun, which increased the Shermans and, well, prowess against German armour. As until then it had been the considerably more low velocity gun like this which it had to fight with, which did have its problems. MG hiding up there, pushing up hard on the right hand side now, diverting more resources. Bunker going out for AlCOHolic. Minor engagement going on here. More rifle, they're also arriving. S rather intent on holding back the advance of the Germans. And looks like an armoured car is being detailed to assist on the right hand side. Grenadiers pulling back towards more safe positions. However, shall this gun, an MG42 providing nice covering fire from a nearby building, opening up, firing down, and that's actually an interesting thing. This building is actually rarely used. I mean, otherwise, you can in fact cover this area sort of quite nicely. But most people actually forget about this building's very existence. And sort of due to the trees, for some reason, they just sort of block the building, so you don't actually think of it as a building, just, a part of the wall. Sherman moves in, forces away the grenades, in fact. Ooh, looks like one of them took up position in the house, perhaps the one with the Panzer form an anti-tank position. You can actually see the bastards. Yep. And there we go, Sherman runs straight into the pantry. The pantry, though, fails to penetrate. And one of the grenadiers spikes the dust as high close around, flies through the window. Pretty much ruining the entire room they're in. Veteran 2 for the grenadiers, Veteran 1 for the armor. Sherman decides it's no longer fun to fight against infantry in buildings. Other Sherman moves up, has a much better chance of actually penetrating the Stug now. Meaning, in fact, in a 1 versus 1, the Sherman is much more likely to win.
Sherman on point. We're losing ground out there. Sherman on
Though so far, I mean, S is not really getting them very much out of his armor. He's sort of making a few jabs here, but no real armored assaults. And particularly, he's also got a lot of artillery, so I mean, he could just charge in there, move about the Stugs, calling artillery on the pack, and basically sort it out that way. He would actually do a lot of damage, I think, to the force of the 2nd Panzer Division under AlCOHolic. And there we go, pushing up. Armored car explodes in the rear. Pack gets off another hit. Sherman's again, as having a bit of trouble getting the most out of it. Let's just speed this up. Going to be a longer match, so might as well. Minor fighting on the right hand side. Again, looks like most of it is shifting over there because both players have most of the forces here. This is largely undefended, meaning there's going to be, of course, a lot less defense there. So in that sense, they're both going for that because they figure it's weaker. So it ends up actually having most of the fighting all of a sudden. Pioneers taking up position in building. Oh, grenade going off. Could kill the Pioneers. And it does, although on the other hand, he just spent a grenade to kill a single Pioneer. Talk about overkill. Assault guns, though, are quickly being diverted. Sherman firing, dodging rockets from the Panzerschreck. No artillery getting called in. Stug bashes through the walls. Ambushes the Sherman. Sherman gets a kill on the empty gunner. Takes several hits. Come on, artillery. Bomb the crouch. Sticky bomb. Rifle squad that goes down, dropping behind the BAR. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 2nd Sherman finally on the move. Still no real artillery though, although this bit of a choke point here would be a nice spot to launch in some. But the Stugs continue to move in. Sherman is in trouble, exposed in the rear though to the assault guns. 3 Stug force move in. Sherman though heroically marches in. Artillery getting called in, trying to perhaps block their path. Might work, might not. Though largely looking it won't. Although all 3 Stugs are down to a lot less health. Sherman though goes down. Main gun destroyed on one of the Stugs. And there we go, Stug down. Veterans 1 for the Sherman, increasing speed. He could try and get one more Stug. And already one of them are quickly pulling away. The more damaged one, the one's definitely in dire need of repairs, while the other one goes on to avenge its slain comrade. And then decides also to get away because it rather realizes it's far too ahead without anything to cover it. And a damaged engine. This could be the perfect time for the Sherman to set in. I mean, there's a Stug with a re-exposed and a damaged engine. But apparently, he's a bit too slow there. S fails on getting the 2nd Armoured a bit of an advantage. Advancing up here, mines going off. Very few units now actually holding the left. Ironically, it was first here the strongest point, now it's the weakest point again, because all of a sudden all of the resources have been diverted to the right hand with grenadiers, assault guns, MGs, armored cars. It looks like a grenadier squad actually went down for AlCOHolic as well. And he can't replace it because he doesn't have a Krieg barracks, so he's actually a bit short on infantry, and again no medic bunker either, which could have been a clever idea. Rather than though taking several casualties all of a sudden. Veterans 2 up for the infantry, that thing has been mentioned. Armoured coming up, no Veterans 2 for that though. And a full collapse of the western assault. Stug still heavily damaged, trying to get back to the repair bunker, and much needed repairs. I mean, both assault guns are in a deplorable condition. Veterans 2 ups now, they have machine guns just in case, but that's about it. Mine going down. The pioneers are going down. Now the grenade goes off. Oh, the mine wasn't finished. Otherwise, that would have blown up in their own fate as well. And time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation between the two opposing armies is a bit of a standoff. I mean, they destroyed a bit of armor from both sides, but, they've got pretty much a demarcation line running through the entire map. Without really any sort of progress on either side, because they sort of keep shifting, because, okay, they sort of go, alright, this is the hard point, this is the weak spot, now we move over there, and then all of a sudden that's the weak spot, and then they sort of have to shift back and forth. And neither side can really get through a punch, but currently AlCOHolic is actually a bit damaged. His armor is quite knocked out. On the other hand, the armor of S is slightly better. Plus, he has artillery. I mean, right now he might have a chance of pulling through a full-out assault and actually succeeding in gaining a larger part of the map. But he needs more armor, and I think he also needs some supplied upgrades to sort of keep manpower on his side. On the other hand, I mean, AlCOHolic is in a bit of trouble himself. His armor is, well, damaged. His assault gun, so need to work. He's apparently also loading out a lot of munitions. Interesting. But his offensive capabilities are a bit more limited. He's got some grenadiers. Oh, thought they'd been killed. Got 2 snipers. I don't think that's really necessary at the moment. But definitely needs to get those assault guns repaired. And he's apparently gone, well, close to getting a King Tiger. So that could benefit him. But he needs to really pull off an assault, do some damage, and stop getting more snipers. But let's return to the fight. Let's see what AlCOHolic decides to go for.
We seized an enemy fuel location with no contact.
The enemy has 300 points.
Anti-tank gun pulling away. A third Sherman out for S. Not a single tank destroyer yet. Veteran support units. That's nice. So quiet. Again, we're sort of in a standoff situation. Let's speed up until it is sort it out. Pulling up here, armor car taking a lot of damage. Sherman's hitting mines. Armor car almost down. Pack firing away. Sherman pushing forward. Could call in artillery. Could call in artillery. That would be great. Move. Keep up the momentum. There we go. There we go. Keep up the other Sherman as well. Unit is damaged. Armored car goes down. Artillery called in on pack. Stuke number 3 ready. Or, well, Stuke number 4 in theory. Sniper opening up. Not getting a German sniper. Come on, keep the other Sherman moving. Rather than advancing. Assault up here. Getting bogged down by that 1 MG. Looks like S is calling off the attack, though having done some damage, knocking out a pack, which cannot be replaced either, by the way. And of course getting that armored car, which on the other hand can. At the same time now, AlCOHolic has the chance of actually calling in King Tiger. He has the command pods. There we go, Sherman moving in. Engaging the assault gun. Other Sherman could also move up and provide support. That would definitely work out nicely. Stuke is in trouble. Other Stukes are moving in. American anti-tank gun moving up, providing support fire. And artillery going in. Artillery going in to support the assault. Sherman's now actually pulling away. Nice movement. He's, not just trying to slag out. He's trying to sort of gain some sort of advantage against the assault guns by maneuvering about. Anti-tank gun. Oh, getting sniped by the German snipers. Dual snipers doing all right. Propaganda will force us away. The rifleman squad gun is with Panzer moving in. This could easily turn ugly though for S. He needs to get out of there. Now the Stukes are focusing down his Sherman. Come on, there we go though. Veterancy 1, I thought it already had veterancy. Apparently I'm thinking of the wrong Sherman. But nonetheless, it's now being handed down by another Stuke, although this Stuke is also heavily damaged. Grenadiers pushing up, trying to steal the anti-tank gun, turning against the Sherman.
We have lost.
Ooh, Grenadier squad goes down on the retreat. Nice chance right there. Of course, he loses the sniper and veterancy too for the Sherman, increasing penetration. Anti-tank gun gets the main gun, but the Sherman is still there. Last Stuke coming under fire. Oh, Sherman misses and quickly pulls out. Not going to survive much more. Rifleman moving in. Oh, this is definitely getting ugly for AlCOHolic. This was not a good engagement for him. Not a good one at all. Using quite a bit of propaganda war to shore up things and keep them from completely collapsing. And now sneaking in to steal some victory points. More pioneers. Immer mehr Pionieren. Or Panzer Pioneers would be the more accurate term, since they're theoretically belonging to a Panzer Division. In theory, Panzer Pioneers should basically be considered, you know, what Panzer Grenadiers are to Grenadiers, Panzer Pioneers are to Pioneers. And the Grenadiers got with the BAR, that's definitely going to help a bit. Certainly a bit of victory point war going on. In fact, they're rather close in victory points, both sides. And there we go, Königstiger is klar, and there we go, rolling out on the battlefield. At the same time, over McCormick group with lots of armoured cars, an armoured anti-tank and an rifleman squad. Pretty sure the armoured cars are going to do very little except harass on the right-hand side. No, that's necessarily bad. Robin here getting murdered, sticky bomb off. Lots of pioneers that are ready to repair. And there we go, Greyhound going to be responding to the Grenadiers and doing nasty things to them, or at least attempting to do so. And we're seeing AlCOHOLic just pushing in forwards with an assault with his King Tiger at the head. And there we go, moving up, coming under fire from the anti-tank gun, but there's very little support. The Stug is not there, there's no infantry to support it. I mean, there's a bit of a lonely King Tiger. And the Grenadiers here are not doing too well. They are suffering heavily to the rifleman, to the armoured car. Down to 2 men. And another unit goes down for AlCOHOLic. King Tiger taking damage, almost down to half health. Rifleman moving up, hitting the flank, going to try and hunt down the snipers perhaps. But the King Tiger scores an excellent kill. I mean, not a hill, but a kill. Evaporating several riflemen with one high explosive round, tearing them from this world. Snipers continue to kill. Will Mr. AlCOHOLic push forward and do some damage? Will he clip the wings of S and the 2nd Armoured with its Shermans? He certainly needs to use that King Tiger a bit convincingly, because he can't hold the entire map, and currently because of the King Tiger, he can't get enough troops to actually hold a larger part of the map. So he needs to actually sort of, you know, push the issue. He needs to attack, he needs to take initiative, otherwise this King Tiger will go wasted. And he needs to move now, mein Herr. Not sit about like some Tommy. Armoured car, they're pulling up, opening up on the Grenadiers. A bit of harassment there. King Tiger moves in for the kill. At the same time, armoured car forces away the MG right there. Nicely done. This Grenadier, though. There we go. Armoured car, Greyhound lost. And the Grenadier goes down. Snipers providing support, probably going to try and see if they can't snipe an anti-tank gun. American sniper perhaps hoping for the Germans to reveal themselves. And looks like the assault is going in. 2 Shermans rolling forwards, 1 Met-22. They will have to constantly stay on the move against the King Tiger. They must not stop. I repeat, they must not stop. They must keep moving. Oh dear, stopping up. Keep the other one moving, keep it behind it. But they're, of course, also Stugs. And the anti-tank gun. Nice position, nice depth there in anti-tank defenses. And the Shermans are actually running into a large problem. There was no artillery called in to clear out the anti-tank gun. That's actually a huge mistake. Snipers, though, going down. In fact, both snipers are lost for AlCOHOLic, but both Shermans are gone for S. Quite the exchange. But sadly, no artillery was actually called in. Again, the anti-tank gun was allowed to do terrible damage to the Shermans, but again, nicely positioned. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I mean, having it behind the, you know, the lead armor so it can actually cover against in case of a flanking assault is a nice tactic. I mean, it's what I usually do, in particular if I face an opponent with a lot of tank destroyers, and if, for example, I have a King Tiger, then I will keep the anti-tank guns behind it, so that when they try to flank, they will then proceed to run into the fire of the King Tiger, meaning they either have to go back to the front, or they will be continue to be exposed to fire from the rear, which will certainly also decimate them. So there's certainly something there. A valiant attempt, I think, Perez, but I think he should have called into artillery and perhaps knocked it out, and perhaps have considered a third Sherman. Well, at least it was a brave attempt, but it ran into some problems when the Sherman crashed into the King Tiger and couldn't move anymore.
The enemy advances.
Sniper down. S not quite happy about that one. Apparently the MG gunner managed to gut him. And there goes, a bit sad about it.
Forward supply lines are
Probably feeling he's the world's worst sniper. It looks like movement's going on there. More anti-tank guns. Looks like S is giving up on the armor. That's a bit of a shame. King Tigers, though, still there. Getting repaired. Actually took quite a bit of damage, but sadly was not knocked out. Rather than evacuating the premises under heavy fire from the assault gun and the grenadiers. Taking quite the beating. And there we go. Just more casualties pouring in. And the right King Tiger keeping the right flank there secure. Grenadiers advancing up. It's time to return back to S. We definitely had the artillery to call in, but did not do so. Which still baffles me a bit. But S keeps on pushing. He definitely has the advantage, and he's got access to off-map combat group now, which could definitely turn to his advantage. AlCOHolic getting pushed back. His men being a bit overwhelmed. King Tiger gets off a nice hit. Firestorm going in, and the Firestorm absolutely fumbles. Hitting the ground, scorching that which have been treated by the Americans, but not actually killing any of them.
Enemy unit down.
And a Grenadier squad went down the retreat. That's another infantry squad gone for AlCOHolic. He now needs to consider perhaps, getting some replacement infantry from the Grenadiers. Otherwise, I mean, he's going to be in trouble. And finally, a supplied upgrade, by the way. No medic stations, though that could benefit him, just like a medic bunker could have benefited AlCOHolic. But at this stage, I'm afraid it's too late. MG being placed there. Other MG rather far. And actually manages to ambush an anti-tanker being moved out into a flanking position. But without any reconnaissance, it continues to advance. The MG continues to take a heavy toll, gunning down the crew and killing it. Oh dear, and that MG42 has 17 kills, by the way. Propaganda War keeps the flank secure, but for how long? There's absolutely nothing here. I mean, the forces of AlCOHolic are so utterly thin, so utterly, well, barren. I mean, he has not enough infantry to keep it all together. And he needs infantry. I mean, at this very least, he should just consider getting in some false grenadiers. At least until he can get up a Krieg barracks and get some grenadiers again. But he needs troops to keep all of this together, to push forward and take ground and also hold ground. Instead, I mean, he's really getting some larger and larger gaps in his lines. He can't hold all of this with only one squad of grenadiers. Well, two if he has that still. Rather than getting, actually, not really dealing with the King Tiger. There we go. Sticky bomb going off. Anti-tank and getting overwhelmed by the riflemen, and we are seeing AlCOHolic getting pushed back rather viciously on all fronts. The Grenadiers and the Stook not moving from a position there. Another Stook by the looks of it. Anti-tank are getting sniped. Rather than getting blasted, they need to consider moving elsewhere, I believe. There we go, retreating.
Our forces are taking casualties.
Another assault going on here, and I mean, these engineers are just getting murdered. I mean, he can hold this, but he's losing the west. Stook rolls in, still not enough infantry. Rather than getting hammered, getting murdered, getting MG'd. Stook taking hits from the anti-tank gun nearby. BAR actually left behind, but there's no one that can really use it except the pioneers. I'm not entirely sure that's going to help at the moment.
5 by 5.
Artillery for 2 strikes now. Or munitions for 2 artillery strikes. Me fumbling a bit there verbally. King Tiger once more in need of repairs.
Gassed up and good to go.
Speeding things up a bit again.
Wheels and grease standing by.
Bit of quiet. apparently just trying to wreck the anti-tank and not going to capture it anymore. MG scored down. And again, AlCOHolic is just losing further and further ground. We are seeing the Pioneers being pushed into service with a Browning automatic in hand, but at least they're going to need Veteran 2 to actually be able to do anything. Sniper keeps killing. The Pioneers keep firing heroically. The Panzer Pioneers fight for the fatherland. And there we go, the Rifle forced away. Though probably not through the sheer effort of the Pioneers. Though the Pioneers, I'm pretty sure, convinced. You kind? We did that. Tank destroyer now rolling in. We're seeing S just going nuts, pushing in fully. Full throttle, if you will. Looks like a unit actually went down. Assault guns getting a bit outmaneuvered. Hellcats moving in. And there we go, King Tiger under fire, but I do think the Hellcats are going to reassess the situation and move away to something else. And a Pioneer squad went down. Oh, the sniper got crushed beneath the treads of the Hellcat. Again, he needs infantry, not snipers. Stu running into a problem, getting outmaneuvered by the Hellcats and the Greyhound. Destroyed engine on the Hellcat. Oh dear, oh dear. Having trouble actually penetrating the armor, and the Greyhound actually gets the assault gun. Not the Hellcats, but the Greyhound. And the Stu gets one parting shot off, destroying the engine of the Hellcat. I mean, this is in dire straits. Everything's on fire. King Tiger moving forwards, but its engine is also on fire. Can't barely move at all. Really looking grim for AlCOHolic. And he's pretty much got nothing left. He has got nothing to actually hold all of this together. He needs infantry. He needs boots on the ground. Any infantry at this stage would do, I think. Although, again, full grenadiers or Night Squads would be more preferable.
One of our units was annihilated.
Anti-tank and crew did not quite make it. King Tiger moving forwards. And a Rifle Squad actually went down for S. Sagan Armoured continued to take losses.
Losing ground out there.
Assault gun moving up to support. And there we go. Anti-tank gun wrecked. A firestorm called in to keep back the 30 caliber.
Ground out there.
Another Stuke, but again no infantry. AlCOHolic needs some bloody infantry. Infantry is again one of the most important units in the game. Smaller standoff right here in this between the scorched and the less scorched territory. The anti-tank gun cleared up by the MG crews ready again. The assault gun needs to pull away. It's taking heavy damage, punishing damage, in fact, from the anti-tank gun. But things are going out of control for AlCOHolic. He's losing ground. He's losing men. He's losing everything. And the sniper, in a rather bold maneuver, actually assaults the anti-tank gun more or less. Hellcat. Oh, he's just getting more snipers. He's constantly refusing to get more infantry, yet he can just get snipers. He doesn't need more snipers. He needs something a bit more solid. Something a bit more flexible. Another off-map combat group providing Rangers, Rifle, a mortar and a Hellcat. And the last Grenadier squad runs into the 30 caliber, taking prohibitive losses. And the grenade fails to do anything in return. Another Stu rolls out. Sniper hanging about.
Roger. Hellcat here. Taking fire. They're engaging us. What is it?
Allies are down to 100 points.
And submachine gun for the Rangers. Again, a ton of munitions. And let's go return to AlCOHolic. Rangers getting suppressed. Stu advances getting blasted. And again, 2 snipers, but only 1 squad of grenadiers. Not good unit composition. Greyhound moving in, but not really going to do much either. And still no 10 fix armlet cylindering the house right here, clearing out the MG in the process. It looks like a larger assault might be prepared right here. 3 Hellcats and perhaps some artillery could overwhelm this position. There we go. No, actually moves towards the right-hand side. No attempt yet at trying to deal with the King Tiger. Bit of a shame, bit of a shame. Speeding things up again, and there we go. Stu instead is the target of the wrath of the armor. Tank destroyers are rolling in, hunting it down. Another Stuke arrives. The Grenadier squad arrives, but all of this Stuke is simply lost. Out of position, has done no damage. And several 50 calibers actually suppressing the Grenadiers. Killing them even. Second Stuke in dire straits as well. Hellcat taking damage, but so the Grenadiers. I mean, they're close to getting pinned, for heaven's sake. MG huddle up, they're getting surrounded, getting besieged. The Grenadiers just continue to get raked. They can't keep it up. And there we go. Down to half health. Mortar crew actually moves in a bit pointless. Why not just fire away some shots first? MG crew down to 2 men. The house is getting blasted, but the crew fights on heroically. But for how much longer? Down to 1 man, and he actually got veterancy 2 now for support units. Grenadier takes a hit. Fighting continues over here. And now the assault gun, and still not a single squad of replacement infantry, not even again Fultz Grenadiers. A bit deplorable, to be honest. Rather getting sniped at, Hellcat moves in. King Tiger still there. Oh, misses. Victory points very close with both players. Rather moving in, trying to get the snipers. A propaganda war in the end is all that saves them. Again, when it's like that, I mean, you've got problems. And the Grenadier squad could go down to have now veterancy free Greyhound. And it does! No infantry at all now for AlCOHOlic. No infantry whatsoever, no boots on the ground, just pioneers and snipers and MGs and Stooks. And that 1 King Tiger. This is not a good unit composition. No, oh, Stook gets off a really great hit there on the Rangers though. Rocket though fails to penetrate the armor. Second does though. Anti-tank and being forced forwards. Second Panzer Division is in dire straits. And now he finally gets some additional infantry. But definitely too late at this stage of the fight. Way too late. But there we go. The Volksguns are fighting though. Clearly troops called in from the replacement battalion to assist. Well, just an alarm company scraped together to provide support to keep up the impetus of this assault, which is clearly bogged down and failed, but at least try and ensure it doesn't get any worse. And there we go, another Hellcat arrives, veterans 1. Stoog in trouble. No surprise then, Riflemen trying to get off a sticky bomb, but they just get murdered. Artillery called in on the Sturm Armory. Most of the shots seem so far to be ranging a bit too far away. And now shifting away the King Tiger again. He's leaving the west so very vulnerable. Stu close to going down. Sturm Armory close to being gone. 30 caliber nearby though, quickly opening up and suppressing the pioneers as they try to move forwards. But the MG gunner though is getting sniped. Hellcat down. King Tiger advances gloriously. And a final barrage called in, knocks out the Sturm Armory. Anti-tank gun getting blasted.
We are losing ground.
Riflemen fighting. Hellcat pushing in, opening up on the snipers. And flanking the King Tiger a bit. Another propaganda war. Hellcat here definitely in trouble. MG down. And the Volksgun is going to be advancing straight into the 30 caliber. Oh, the 30 caliber moves straight into the Volksguns instead. That's... oh dear. Bit of a mistake here by S. And the Ranger's definitely not going to be surviving it either, I think. Will he? Will he be able to escape from the wrath of the Volksgun? It is, apparently. And then there's a few riflemen left. Fraps acting up a bit. Hang on. Rifleman squad also escapes. Bit unfortunate there. There we go. The veteran free armor cargo is pushing in. 50 caliber firing away. But the shot from the Stook kills the gunner. And Hellcat moves into support. Takes a great hit from the Stook. Stook, though, less than half health. Guyhan fails to penetrate the sidearm of the Stook. Volksgun score is down. And there we go. The Stook is lost. Oh, poo. Now AlCOHOLic is definitely in dire straits. He also lost the Volksgrenadier squad. And now he's getting veterancy free for his infantry, but he has no infantry. I mean, I think that rather shows how a bit detached from AlCOHOLic, and you know how detached he is from reality at the moment, or at least the reality of the battlefield. He has no infantry, yet he's getting veterancy free for it.
Grateful fatherland and glorious. Losing a sector.
And there we go, GG. He might have realised he got himself into some trouble there.
Attacking one of our old forward supply lines are broken.
At least nice sportsmanship for both players.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory.
Should have rebuilt my Kriegsbarracks. Probably would have been a nice idea, but so would also have been, you know, getting some bloody infantry. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, Fraps is acting up, but I'll let you know. Go through the motions. I mean, game over. The problem for AlCOHOLic, you know, whilst he had a nice start, though a bit shake again, the lack of infantry, able to overcome that with the Grenadiers, but sort of things again fell apart, you know, partly a lack of mines in the later start. No medic bunker. I mean, really, again, if you're going to focus on Grenadiers in particular, you know, get a medic bunker. And when he lost it, he didn't rebuild. That was definitely not good. He had some nice tactics, but again, you know, he also lacked some aggression. He got a bit too complacent, which is definitely also a problem. But also, you know, he just didn't replace infantry, not even with Volksgrenadiers, which could have sort of worked out again in conjunction with a medic bunker. And in the end, you know, getting veterans free rather shows a bit, you know, he was detached from it. All the Stooks thrown in, you know, not going to help without infantry support. No needle movers either, you know, try and deal with the anti-tank guns and the infantry and all the other stuff. Could also have helped a bit, you know. I mean, there were just, you know, all these mistakes. On the other hand, I mean, S, you know, did quite well. Nice aggressive play. Good use of Shermans with up guns. Problem was, you know, probably should have had a few more before trying to deal with the King Tiger instead of just two and the whole bogging down. And he also, you know, floated a lot of munitions which he never really used at times when it could have been used. He also was a bit too passive at times, you know, not really just lunging in with assault supported by artillery. So in these senses, you know, he needs to get, you know, his aggressive focus a bit more clear. He needs to sort of get, you know, the part in when you move in armor, you also kind of call in artillery and any attacks that sort of appear. I mean, it's a pretty, I think, at least, you know, nice tactic. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends? If you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own? Provide some feedback in the comments. You know, what did you think of this match? Did you think the Sherman did greatly? I certainly thought it did all right. And, you know, that's it. You know, cheers, gentlemen. And, you know, feel free to subscribe or share.